We'd like to welcome you all to the beautiful and historic Hotel Galvez for the 12th Annual Clean Air Through Energy Efficiency Conference. This is our second time here at the Hotel Galvez, and we're so happy you could all join us here as we recover from our Thanksgiving holiday. And I promise there's no turkey on the menu, so we have that in store for us. This year marks 14 years of progress in Texas since Senate Bill 5 was passed by the 77th legislature in 2001. And this is where the state first drew attention to the linkage between energy efficiency and emissions reduction. 3 short years later, the Energy Systems Laboratory began hosting CATEE as a way to coordinate efforts to implement Senate Bill 5 and to share information and highlight the range of successful local policies and practices being implemented to achieve emissions reductions through energy efficiency in the built environment. CATEE has evolved into a valuable educational forum and a vibrant conversation on policies and practices that make a real difference. We've helped develop a holistic consideration of pollution reduction, water conservation, and the economic potential of clean energy. As I think about the CATEE conference and how it has matured over the years, several themes start to emerge. We now discuss both the challenges and the solutions increasingly in terms of a systems perspective. We work collaboratively to solve today's energy challenges through regional programs that chart the way for others across the state. And we aren't just considering the role and value of energy efficiency alone. Renewable energy has become a staple of CATEE over the last few years, and they're part and parcel of energy upgrades at facilities across the state, both private and public. The energy-water nexus is making its way to the forefront, and we've started thinking about energy and power systems in terms of resilience. And nowhere is that more evident than here on Galveston Island. Hurricane Ike, whose flooding brought catastrophic damage to much of the island city, imposed $14 million in stabilization costs at UTMB alone. It caused the closure of its hospital for 90 days, and it deprived the institution of $2 million in business revenue per day. We're going to be looking at how they have dealt with that, and we'll end our conference by looking at how Galveston has planned for its future and built resilience into the core of their power plant. It's an exciting time as Texas grows and adapts to advances in energy efficiency, renewable energy, and newer standards for cleaner air. The ACEEE has just named Texas as one of the 5 most improved states in 2015 for making progress in developing state policies and programs that save energy while also benefiting the environment and promoting economic growth. But we still have much work to do, and that's why CATEE is more important than ever. As our problems become more complex and the solutions more sophisticated, we must continue to work together to achieve even more in the years to come. For the folks who are just coming in, we have lots of seats up front, so feel free to come on up. So I wanted to talk now a little bit about what you have in store for you here at CATEE. We've got several new sessions and activities in store for you over the next 2 days. And we've also listened to you, our conference attendees, from previous years. Those pesky evaluations forms that we ask you to fill out, we actually read them and we learn from them. So we've adjusted our program. So this year, we're starting a bit later. It's island time after all. We've provided more opportunities for networking by allowing for longer breaks and setting those up in our expo arena down the hall where you can talk with our sponsors and exhibitors at more length. And as an added bonus, we get to incorporate more exercise into our day as we walk up and down the hall. But we also have some fun in store. And I'm going to say that I shamelessly copied this from our partners at SEIA and AESP. We have utility speed dating, which takes place today, where 6 lucky vendors get to pitch their favorite product or program to our Texas utilities in an informal and interactive activity. The top presenters will then participate in a Shark Tank activity during Thursday's breakfast session. And then we'll end our festivities with a guided tour of UTMB's new combined heat and power facility that will open in January of 2016. We still have a few places available on the tour bus, so if you're interested in going after the conference, catch me during a break and we'll sign you up for it. For those of you who have joined us for other CATEE conferences, we still have the oldies and the goodies in store for you. We'll hear about the state of the state from ESL's own Dr. Jeff Haberl at today's lunch. Our annual utility roundup takes place before the utility speed dating, where you can get the inside scoop on Texas investor-owned utility energy efficiency programs. There are many more sessions to choose from, and you'll find them all in your program book. But I do want to make note of a couple of last-minute changes due to some difficulties for some of our speakers. We will be merging 2 breakout sessions today. The energy efficiency and special use facilities is going to merge with the industrial and large-scale energy efficiency projects. And this breakout panel will meet in the West Parlor. We've got signs up on the room, so you should be able to find it. If you have any problems, just ask one of our staff. Before I introduce our first speaker, I'd like to take some time to thank our hosts, sponsors, and exhibitors. First, thank you to our hosts, the Energy Systems Laboratory, who are part of the Texas A&M Engineering Experiment Station. Their support for CATEE Conference every year is crucial to keeping this conversation going. As many of you know, we keep our conference rates affordable and we provide scholarships if funds are available. And this is in large part due to the help and support of our host and our many sponsors. So this year I'd like to say a special thank you to this year's gold sponsors. Pepco Energy Services, thank you very much. Performance Services Incorporated, and the Cynthia and George Mitchell Foundation. We also have a whole host of silver sponsors, and we appreciate their support as well. And they are Carlisle HVAC Products, Command Commissioning LLC, Environmental Defense Fund, UMOT, which is the Electric Utility Marketing Managers of Texas, GDS Associates Inc., McKinstry, Metco Engineering, Mitsubishi Electric and Cooling, and Spear. We couldn't do this without your help and support. Let's give them all a round of applause. Please do visit these folks. Most of them have booths in the expo area. Many of us work with them every day. It's amazing to me how energized I feel after a round through the expo area chatting with these folks. And I hope that your visits during your networking give you networking opportunities that will be fruitful and interesting as well. I'd also like to recognize our CATEE conference team. It takes a team, a village, to make this conference happen. And some folks have been helping make it happen for many years. This includes our conference chair, Mr. Baman Yazdani, and Tammy Persky, our CATEE conference manager. Could you guys stand up so we could all thank you all? Where are you, Baman? We'll let them know. But also the CATEE Steering Committee. And the Steering Committee program planning is truly a collaborative event here. Many of our Steering Committee members serve as presenters, panel moderators, and sponsors. We thank you all and we appreciate your support. Now, on to the program.